Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up? Hey, have y'all seen the previews for that Netflix cartoon, the new one, the Good Times joint that's about to come out? They remade Good Times into a cartoon. Have y'all seen that? Hey, I seen the previews for it, and my question is, how do y'all feel about that cartoon? Seriously, like, how do you feel? Are you offended? Do it make you cringe? You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I seen the previews or whatever. Hey, that cartoon look like it's gonna be funny as shit. I can't even lie to you, man. Like, what is the outrage for the Good Times cartoon? Like, I'm just not understanding the outrage, man. Like, make that shit make sense, man. It's like people feel like they seem like they so offended by the Good Times cartoon. Now I'm trying for one, the cartoon haven't even aired yet. You know what I'm saying? Like the preview was what, like 20, 30 seconds or something like that, and that's all you seen. And they talking about oh, it's showing every stereotype of the black community and all. No, it's not. Because I didn't see any fried chicken and watermelon. Ain't that a stereotype for the black community? Even though, fried chicken and watermelon bomb and shit. But ain't that a stereotype? And the stereotype is it ain't no black fathers in the household. And isn't that cartoon based on a family being raised by a black man and his woman? They raising a family in the ghetto. Just like the original Good Times. I think they supposed to be like the grandkids or like the kids of the. Yeah, I think they the mother. I don't know, but I think they like the descendants of the original people from the Good Times or some shit like that. Somehow, some way, some shit like that. But yeah, man, like I don't see all the negativity, man. It's a cartoon for one. Secondly, it's a lot of black people that's working on that cartoon. Third, hey, look, I like cartoons, man. Why y'all try and ban some shit? Don't steal my joy. I like adult cartoons. I do, man. You know what I'm saying? So all that American Dad, Family Guy, you know what I'm saying? Boondocks, you know what I'm saying? I like that shit. We don't have black cartoons no more. Like Seth McFarland tried to do the Cleveland show. You know what I'm saying? But white people, they see a black family, they can't relate to that shit, so they didn't watch it. Even though the Cleveland show, the jokes and everything, how it was drawn, it was really no different from Family Guy and American Dads, the same type of shit. But because it's a black family, that shit get canceled. I ain't like that shit. The only thing I ain't like about the Cleveland show, other than the fact that it got canceled, is it was a white person doing Cleveland voice. I ain't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? The Boondocks, ain't no more new episodes of that shit. Dynamite. That used to be my shit. Black Dynamite. Ain't no new episodes of that shit. Black Jesus. That ain't a cartoon, but ain't no new episodes of that shit. Like, yeah, man, we need that late night goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't see nothing wrong with the show, man. Like, y'all talking all that stereotype shit. Like I said, man, the show is about a black family, coming up in the ghetto, living in the ghetto and shit. And I guarantee you, y'all judging a whole show off of a 30-second clip. I guarantee you, just give it a chance, man. Just watch an episode before you make your real judgments. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you they gonna have all the goofy shit. It's a cartoon. It's Seth McFarland. He gonna be goofy. But it's gonna be a message behind that cartoon. The episodes are gonna touch on subjects. And you know what I'm saying? That's just what it's gonna be. And you're gonna see a strong black family overcome obstacles. That's what that show is gonna be about. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch the first episode. Like, if it's a whole bunch of foolishness and it ain't no message to it and they got black people looking stupid, yeah, I'm not gonna support no shit like that. But you gonna see black people, they're gonna have the hip hop culture in there, you know. They're gonna have us being fly. They're gonna have us being strong, cause that's what we known for. You know what I'm saying? And another part that they not talking about when all these people that's criticizing it, nobody is mentioning how they showed you how to in the preview. They talked about how the police brought the guns and the drugs into the black community. How the government did that. You know what I'm saying? They touched on how the government did that. So that shows you that they're gonna be touching on that type of shit in the series. Honestly, man. The only people that I can see that really have a problem with the show, and I do understand, is the old. I'm 40. I'm a millennial. You know what I'm saying? I was born in '83. So the Generation X, the generation above mine, yeah, I mean, y'all might feel a certain way if you was I like Good Times. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't watching new episodes of Good Times. So the people that was actually watching new episodes of Good Times as it was airing, you know what I'm saying? That's y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? My shit would be like Martin. Martin is my shit. So yeah, if they did a remake of Martin into a cartoon, shorty, that shit would have to be perfect or I couldn't rock with it. And for real, like, Martin would have to be part of that show, man. He would have to be part of the remake if they did it, or I wouldn't rock with it. So I do understand for the people that was watching Good Times as it was airing while it was new. You know what I'm saying? They remaking y'all shit. Y'all gonna want that shit to be just like the original. Y'all ain't gonna want nobody to fuck it up. I understand that. But to the younger folks and to people that's making it seem like, it's an agenda behind it and they just try and show black people in a negative light and all that, I didn't get that off of watching that 30-second clip, man. I just didn't, man. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, man, like, you got certain people, that with Tariq Nasheed. You know what I'm saying? Tariq Nasheed seems like a great human being. He's a powerful, strong black man. Hey, I'm FBA all day, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from D.C. My mother from D.C. My grandmother from D.C. My great-grandmother from Richmond. You know what I'm saying? My great-grandmother died when I was 31. So, I knew my great-grandmother. My great-uncle was the Ward 5 council member in D.C. for multiple terms. His son ended up taking over where his father lost to Vincent Orange, and then his son took over, but then his son got locked up on some embezzlement type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm FBA, man. You know what I'm saying? And Tariq has a powerful, strong voice in the community. So honestly, I feel when Tariq made his comments on the video, then other people, instead of thinking for themselves, they just automatically fall in line with that shit. And man, you should think for yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I respect everybody's opinion. And, like I said, for Tariq, for him, that might be, one of his favorite shows. He ain't gonna want nobody to touch that. Like I said, I would feel that way if it was Martin. So I do understand. But I just don't see like the racial aspect, like the fucked up aspect y'all putting behind the show. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't have black cartoons on TV, man. That's a cartoon that's going to give a lot of black people jobs. And then you got Steph Curry. He probably done put some bread into it since he's an executive producer. You know what I'm saying? Like, give the show a chance, man. You know what I'm saying? How can this cartoon be where everybody draw the line? But we love Menace to Society. We love Boys in the Hood. We love BMF. You know what I'm saying? All that type of shit is cool. But the Good Times cartoon is a problem. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is saying, don't get me wrong, man. The show Baddies, man, that shit is eye candy for any heterosexual male. That's just what it is, man. Like, I can't lie, man. I like watching this shit because, hey, it's just a bunch of sexy women shaking ass and bouncing titties and turning up and getting fucked up and they fighting. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's interesting to watch. But, man, that's not something you would want your kids watching that shit. And that's not something you would want girls aspiring to be. But every time they do auditions, it's thousands of girls all across this country that's shaking their ass for them. They go audition. The girls be like, "Oh, you want to make it on the show? You want a ticket? Yeah, let me see which one y'all shake y'all ass the best. Let me see which one y'all twerk the best. Oh yeah, you want to make the show? Then you fight her." And they doing that shit. And I don't see nobody boycotting that shit. That shit is strictly, that shit is all negativity, man. Ain't no, it's visually stimulating to the eye. You know what I'm saying? It's pleasing. But that show is some bullshit. And even with like the menace to societies and all that, I love menace. I love Boys in the Hood. But how many times we gonna see Menace to Society, man? They done made 100 different menaces, 100 different Boys in the Hoods. All them BMF shows. I don't even watch that shit. I watched the first season of BMF. That shit was like that. I watched I was watching Power up until I watched part of the season where Ghost got killed. I ain't see up until Ghost got killed because I just lost interest. And then when they came with the new shit and they had his son, like, I guess he was taking over or whatever. Like, I can't even envision this dude as a gangster. I couldn't watch that shit. That shit was, yeah, I couldn't watch that shit. I ain't watched the shit with Tommy. None of that shit. Because all that shit is the same shit. You watching 100 Menace to Society. You watching 100 motherfucking Paid in Fulls. You just watching the same type of stories over and over and over again. That shit is negative. You know what I'm saying? Like, where the message at behind them shows, man? Where the message at? On some real shit. All you gonna say the same thing. Oh, they just show you what you shouldn't do. Like, if you do live that lifestyle, they showing you what can happen. That's not what the fuck. Yeah, they show you what really happened in certain situations, like with BMF. Some of that shit really happened, but they not making that show to show you that. They glorifying what the fuck really, how they just telling you his life story. And they showing you how he was getting that money and the shit he was doing, living that lifestyle. That shit don't make kids say, "Oh, I don't want to live like that." That make motherfuckers look at that shit and like, "Nah, I want to do what he was doing. I want to get it like he was getting it." You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all draw the line at good times, but all that other shit is cool. Like I said, man, I like watching cartoons because that shit is funny as shit. You don't take that shit too serious because it's a fucking cartoon. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch them BMF and all that shit. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I done seen that shit too much already. I done lived that life already. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't. Help me understand, man. And don't be negative, shawty. Like, we can disagree on shit without all the hostility and arguments. Cause, you know, I watched a beautiful sister. She was talking about the video and talking about the good time shit, and, you know, saying her opinion. You know, she don't like this shit or whatever. And I just made a comment like, you know, like, this is where we draw the line at. Like, you got all these other shows that people love, and this is where we draw the line at. I just don't get it. Like, explain it to me. I don't get it. You know, people responding to my shit like, "Oh yeah, because you don't understand, that's why." And, you know, you could just hit it. You could tell they saying this shit with a whole bunch of negativity. Like, shawty, first off, you don't know me, man. When I'm on the internet, you know what I'm saying? Like, I try to respond as if I was talking to you in your face. Because I know if we face to face and we talking, I'm not disrespecting you. I'm not going to be, "Oh, you bitch ass." I'm not going to be talking to you like that. For what? The only time it's going to get to that line is if it's a level of disrespect that happens. And then, you know, it ain't no coming back from that. Now, if I start disrespecting you, now I don't care if we fight or the shit get violent. It's like, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when, you know, I'm FBA. We black, nigga. I'm for the movement. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get what the problem is with the Good Times cartoon. Like, the shit ain't even aired yet. It ain't aired yet. And once again, Nobody is mentioning how they talk about how the government put the guns and drugs into our community. Nobody is mentioning how the cartoon is going to be based around a black family where you have a black father and a black mother raising their kids in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Just like the original show. You know what I'm saying? Why are people so offended? Why are people so offended? Boondocks didn't offend people when they had episodes where, you know what I'm saying, black people was fighting over chicken and fucking each other up over chicken and shit. That wasn't offensive. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not to me. That shit was hilarious to me. But I'm just saying, the people that's offended by Good Times cartoon, Uncle Ruckus wasn't offensive. You know what I'm saying? But you offended by that 30-second Good Time clip? I just don't get it. Like I said, I do understand the older people that might have watched Good Times and they love that show. Yeah, you don't want to see nobody fuck with y'all shit. I understand that. Because like I said, if it was Martin, they would have to do that shit perfectly right or I wouldn't fuck with it. I understand that. But I don't understand like the level of offense. Like people making it seem like the show is just all stereotypes and they putting black people in a bad light and they showing dudes in dresses and you know what I'm saying. Now if they did some shit like that, like I said, I'm gonna watch it. Now if I get to watching the first episode and they showing a lot of trans, they pushing that LGBTQ shit, you know what I'm saying? When they not saying like, I don't care if they have a homosexual character or anything like that. That's part of life. But if it seems like they're pushing an agenda and they putting dudes in dresses and stuff like that, then I would have a problem with it coming from a black cartoon. Yeah, I would have a problem with that. I didn't see that in that 30-second clip. And understand, like, okay, you got the baby, the drug dealing baby. You don't know what that baby pushing. You know what I'm saying? He a baby. He got to be doing something so he can have a story. And Family Guy, what was their baby? You know what I'm saying? And Family Guy, the white baby wanted to kill his mother. Remember when Family Guy first started? You know what I'm saying? The Stewie, he wanted to kill his mother like for like the first few seasons. You know, that's that stereotype how white people be killing their parents. That was a stereotype. And then they threw the homosexual shit into it. They made Stewie gay. He be putting on dresses. He be acting feminine. He be, you know what I'm saying, attracted to men and shit. Yeah, they threw that shit on that baby. They know they can't do that with our baby. They can't. So, you know, yeah, he probably wrong with the drug. You know what I'm saying? That's probably a little too much. But it's a cartoon, bro. Like, give it a chance, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. When I watched that shit seemed interesting. It didn't look like it was directed fucked up. The drawings was good. Like, it looked like it could be a good show. Y'all gonna get that shit canceled before that shit get a chance. And then it's gonna be another black cartoon that we don't have. Y'all not even giving it a chance, man. Just for the older people that don't want them to fuck up Good Times, just don't watch it. Just don't watch it. Cause they gonna fuck y'all show up. They probably fuck y'all show up. I understand that. But for the people that's acting like y'all are so offended by it, but y'all not offended by these gangster ass shows they show on TV. Y'all not offended by baddies and shit when they just made a whole lane for females to be ratchet. They basically telling girls that you don't gotta get no education, you don't gotta be smart. All you gotta do is sell some pussy, stack some money, get you a BBL, then you could be successful. But y'all not boycotting that shit. Y'all offended by a cartoon that hasn't even aired yet, brothers, sisters. Come on, man. God damn, am I wrong? Like, I'm missing it, man. Help me get it. But yeah, another thing. Hey, I can't wait till that hip-hop movie come out, that documentary jump. I will be there. I'm getting my tickets tomorrow. You and me. What is it? It's like April the 6th or 7th, some shit like that. But tomorrow, Friday. Yeah, I'm getting my tickets tomorrow. I will be there. So hopefully, man, I see some of y'all out there. We can network. You know what I'm saying? Put our heads together, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, be around some good people, good vibes, and all that good shit. You know? Try not to get offended too easily. You know what I'm saying? And also for the people that's just influenced by, you know, what people might say, you know what I'm saying? If you look at somebody that's up there that, you know, that got a strong voice, that makes shit happen. Because Tyreek, he makes shit happen. He got a strong voice. He is a voice that we should listen to in the community for sure. But you can also make your own decisions. You don't gotta agree with every single thing somebody say. You know what I'm saying? Like if you wasn't offended by that cartoon before he made that video, don't get offended now. You know what I'm saying? All I'ma ask is that you watch it when it come out. Watch the first episode and then make your judgments. You judging a show off of like 20, 30 seconds. Like, watch it first, man. Watch how the first episode go. Watch the message in the episode. See if they touching on some good shit. See if they accurate. You know what I'm saying? See if it's funny. Watch it, man. I don't think he making that cartoon to be offensive, man. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't offended by it at all, man. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, but all right, y'all.